Jessie Janae here, your brave host of Unboxing Things, a show where we delve into the wild place of e-commerce shipments and we find out how are the greatest brands packaging their products. Why do we do this? Because here at Limmy, we make packaging for modern e-commerce brands. And so in my handy mailbox, I've got a new brand. Who is it today? Let me take a look. I'm closing my eyes. Why? That's not a good way to look at something. But I'm going to find out. Okay, you guys, we have Reformation. I'm really excited for this. Reformation actually gives me some LA pride. They're a brand based right here. It's a women's apparel brand that focuses on sustainability from the supply chain all the way through to the customer. Let's take a look at what they've shipped us. So we've got a Kraft mailer here that is kind of an envelope style mailer, and it's sealed on the back, just kind of folded over and sealed. And then you've got the shipping label adheres right over the back. It's nice that they're putting the shipping label on the back so it doesn't interfere with my nice front surface and the logo. Now everything about this is fairly basic, but I can tell right from the outset that this mailer is just kind of a nice thick Kraft paper. There's no elements of it that are busted or broken in any way. This package also has a slim profile. Why does that matter? That plays a big role in the sustainability of shipping out a package. So when people think about sustainability in packaging, obviously they start looking at the materials. How much material did it use? Is that material recyclable? But sometimes they're missing the forest for the trees, because when that material in that package actually goes into the carrier system through transit people like UPS, FedEx, etc., those people have to put the packages into trucks, into mail bags. And so the bigger and bulkier they are, the more space it takes up and the less efficient the supply chain becomes. So Reformation going with an envelope instead of a big bulky box is also creating efficiency in the supply chain. It's not only about the materials being used. Let's see what's going on the inside. This is just an easy to open. You can see here that I can just kind of pull it right open. Ooh, okay. These jeans are soft and butter-like. I'm going to move on from that subject because this is about the packaging. Now, something I do want to pause and reflect on about the jeans is that they're not in a polybag. This is a plastic-free shipment. A lot of apparel brands are using polybags. Polybags are not inherently evil or wrong or bad, but they are plastic. And the less plastic a brand can get away with using, the better off for the environment oftentimes. There's always caveats. Nothing is black and white, but it's really nice that this shipment is plastic-free. There's also a very simple collateral card. It says just in case. And on the back it has information about processing a return. Also it says being naked is the #1 most sustainable option. We're #2. That's really cute. I like how they're having like fun communication with me about sustainability, because that is the kind of running ironic joke about sustainability, in the sense that what is the most sustainable package? No packaging at all. What is the most sustainable clothing? No clothing at all. So I feel like they're actually approaching their packaging in the same way that they're making this joke about clothing. So this other package is the second product that I ordered. I'm going to open this. Again, opens very simply. And then I can go right in here. Now, this is going to be adorbs on a beach vacay. That's not the point, though. The point is about the packaging. So in here, we have very simple packaging. You can tell this is plain white unprinted. It's actually Kraft on the inside. This is a white Kraft material. These two are actually the same type of Kraft envelope. One just has a white finish on the outside. It doesn't affect the recyclability or anything like that. Both are made with some post-consumer content. The other thing that you'll notice is that when I flatten these down, look how easy this is for me to recycle. So just because something is recyclable doesn't mean it's easy. And creating the ease of recycling is actually a huge component of making sure it gets done, right? So when something's really hard for us to do, sometimes we just throw it out instead. I don't know why. We're not perfect. I'm sorry, folks. So when a brand actually doesn't just make their items recyclable, doesn't just focus on materials, doesn't just focus on the ease of transit, but when they make it easy as well for you to do, you can really tell that they're putting a lot of effort into the sustainability of their packaging. The simplicity of this card is important too. Other component here that I just want to mention is that the products themselves have hang tags. So this hang tag is just made out of craft paper with white printing, and it says, every jean you buy cleans 1,000 gallons of water. Nothing gets us hotter than saving water. So they're really communicating their brand messaging and what they stand for right there on the hang tag as well. And then there's a barcode on this component as well. They snuck a little barcode sticker here, so even though the packaging is very simple, it still has functional attributes to make sure it works in the fulfillment center. I just want to comment here that this swimsuit bottom coming in this Kraft mailer inside another Kraft mailer is a really different approach than most brands would take. The totally standard approach to this would be that that swimsuit bottom is in a plastic poly bag. There's some pros to that. There's a reason why a lot of brands use them, but Reformation is really taking a stand here. This is slightly more labor. This component is slightly more expensive than your kind of traditional clear poly bag. When you see Reformation doing this, it's because they are making a stand. They want you to understand that everything in your package could easily be recycled. But there's something else that I wanted to comment on that I realized when ordering from them. There's something that Reformation shared with me called the Ref Scale, and it's actually them tracking the impact of my purchases on my environment in terms of water, carbon dioxide, and waste. And it says your Ref purchases have saved 1,471 gallons of water so far. That's like 21 bathtubs. Or your Ref purchases have saved 27 pounds of carbon dioxide and 2.1 pounds of waste so far. So far beyond the packaging and the impact that they're making there and the statement that they're making there, they're also educating me about my impact in general, which I think is really cool. That's it. It's time to roll in the recap. Reformation's packaging is memorable to me for a few reasons. One, it's responsible. From top to bottom, everything about the packaging has been considered and the impact of the packaging has been considered. It's also basic. Basic not in a bad way, basic in a great way, meaning that there's no extraneous things involved in this packaging. There's nothing here that isn't essential and necessary for getting it to you safely. Also, it's recyclable. Everything involved is paper. It all can be easily thrown into your bin, and not just meaning that it can be recycled, but it's actually easy. You just literally open the package and then throw it in your bin. That, you guys, is Reformation unboxed.